Did you know that the air you breathe can directly impact the health of your lungs? It's a sobering fact that we often take for granted. Yet, as the quality of our air continues to degrade, we cannot afford to ignore the profound implications it has on our lung health. The surge in air pollution has led to an alarming increase in lung disease cases. In fact, over the past year, we've seen these conditions skyrocket. It's not just a mild inconvenience either. Many individuals are grappling with severe health issues, including difficulty in breathing, bronchitis, and asthma. More concerning, however, is the rise in cases of chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or COPD, a debilitating condition that obstructs airflow from the lungs. These are not isolated incidents either. Research paints a clear picture. These health issues are prevalent in areas with high pollution levels. It's a grim reality, but one we must confront if we are to safeguard our health and the health of future generations. The primary culprit: vehicular exhaust. It spews harmful pollutants into the air, which we then inhale into our lungs. Over time, this exposure can lead to inflammation and damage to the lung tissue, contributing to the aforementioned health issues. So, what can we do? The solution lies in tackling pollution at its source. That means reassessing our reliance on vehicles, opting for more sustainable modes of transportation like carpooling or cycling, and choosing electric heaters over burning wood in winter. For those with a higher risk of respiratory issues, wearing masks outdoors and avoiding areas with poor air quality index or AQI is crucial. But remember, these are just stopgap measures. The real solution lies in our collective action to curb pollution. Air purifiers can also help to alleviate the impact of pollution on our lungs. While not a cure-all, they can significantly improve the quality of air indoors, providing some respite from the polluted air outside. You might be surprised to learn that many of these health issues originate from polluted areas. But with awareness and action, we can work towards a healthier environment and healthier lungs. Remember, every breath counts. So, what can an individual do to minimize the impact of pollution on their lungs? It may seem like a daunting task, but it's actually quite simple when broken down into everyday precautions. Let's start with travel. And no, you don't have to give up your car altogether. Consider carpooling. Sharing a ride with others reduces the number of vehicles on the road and, in turn, cuts down on harmful emissions. Alternatively, why not embrace the joy of cycling? It's a fantastic way to keep fit, and it's pollution-free. Next, let's talk about heating. In the colder months, it can be tempting to light up a cozy wood fire. But did you know that burning wood releases harmful particles into the air? It's far preferable to use an electric heater, which doesn't contribute to air pollution. Now, onto an accessory that has become a staple in many people's lives: masks. They're not just for global pandemics, you know. For those at a higher risk of respiratory issues, wearing a mask when stepping outside can provide a vital layer of protection against polluted air. It's also important to be aware of the air quality index, or AQI, in your area. Avoid venturing into areas with a poor or very poor AQI rating whenever possible. The cleaner the air you breathe, the healthier your lungs will be. These everyday precautions can significantly reduce your exposure to harmful pollutants. However, they're not the end-all solution. To truly combat the issue, we need to tackle it at its source. Vehicular exhaust is a leading contributor to air pollution, and it's here that we need to focus our efforts. Encouraging the use of public transport, promoting electric cars, or even just walking more can have a huge impact. Though these are helpful, the most sustainable solution is to eliminate pollution from its source, primarily vehicular exhaust. So, let's all do our bit and make a conscious effort to reduce pollution, for the sake of our lungs and for the health of our planet. Have you ever considered using an air purifier to improve your indoor air quality? If the answer is no, let's take a deep dive into the world of air purifiers and understand how they can play a pivotal role in maintaining your lung health. Air purifiers, as the name suggests, are devices designed to cleanse the air around you. They work by trapping airborne contaminants, ranging from dust, pollen, and pet dander to smoke particles, and even certain bacteria and viruses. This is achieved through a system of internal fans that pull the air in your home through a series of filters. These filters then remove harmful airborne particles, allowing the purifier to circulate clean air back into your living space. There are many types of air purifiers, each with its unique advantages. Some use mechanical filters, akin to a sieve, to physically trap pollutants. Others use activated carbon filters, which are great at removing odors and gases. Then there are ultraviolet light air purifiers, which use UV rays to kill bacteria and viruses. And finally, we have the ionizers, which release charged ions into the air that bind with pollutants, causing them to become heavy and fall to the ground. Air purifiers can be incredibly beneficial, particularly for those with allergies, asthma, or other respiratory issues. They can help reduce the number of allergens and irritants in the air, making it easier for you to breathe. Moreover, they can also limit your exposure to harmful chemicals and toxins that may be present in your indoor air, thereby reducing your risk of developing chronic lung diseases. But remember, while air purifiers can be a great addition to your health toolkit, they are not a standalone solution. They should be used in combination with other preventive measures like keeping your home clean, avoiding smoking indoors, and ensuring proper ventilation. So, is an air purifier worth it? Well, if you're looking for a way to improve your indoor air quality and protect your lungs from harmful pollutants, the answer is a resounding yes. Investing in an air purifier can be a significant step towards maintaining your lung health. Now, let's address some misconceptions about using inhalers for respiratory issues. Let's start with the most common myth: inhalers are addictive. This is absolutely untrue. Inhalers are not substances that your body becomes dependent on. They simply deliver medication directly to your lungs, helping them function better. If you have been prescribed an inhaler, it means your doctor believes this is the best way to manage your respiratory condition. Another widespread myth is that using an inhaler can cause social anxiety. Let's clear this up. An inhaler is a medical tool, not a social statement. If you feel self-conscious about using it in public, remember that your health is paramount. There's no shame in taking care of yourself. Now onto a comparison that often raises eyebrows: inhalers versus tablets. Some people think that taking tablets for respiratory issues is better than using an inhaler. But here's the thing: when you consume a tablet, it goes into your stomach, then into your bloodstream, and finally reaches your lungs. This process can take up to an hour. On the other hand, inhalers provide immediate relief as they deliver the medicine directly to your lungs. Plus, they minimize the risk of side effects that can occur when medication passes through your stomach. Lastly, there's a misconception that inhalers should only be used as a last resort. This couldn't be further from the truth. Inhalers are often the most effective way to manage respiratory conditions. They can prevent flare-ups and help you maintain a normal, active lifestyle. So, if you're prescribed an inhaler, don't think of it as the last resort, but rather your first line of defense. Remember, inhalers should not be your last resort, but rather your first line of defense. Take control of your health and don't let myths and misconceptions stand in your way. We've learned a lot today about lung health and the simple precautions we can take. Let's take a moment to recap and truly understand the importance of these steps in our daily lives. Firstly, we delved into the alarming link between pollution and lung health. We've seen how air pollution has led to an increase in lung diseases, including breathing issues, bronchitis, asthma, and even chronic obstructive pulmonary disease or COPD. This is a clear call to action for all of us to contribute towards reducing pollution, starting with individual efforts like carpooling, cycling, and opting for electric heaters over wood-burning ones. Next, we discussed the everyday precautions we can take to counter pollution. This includes wearing masks, especially for those with a higher risk of respiratory issues, and avoiding areas with poor air quality. Remember, each small step we take can make a big difference in the long run. We also highlighted the role of air purifiers in our homes and workplaces. While they are not a complete solution, they can significantly help in reducing the pollutants we breathe indoors. However, the most sustainable solution lies in eliminating pollution from its source, primarily vehicular exhaust. Then we busted some common myths about inhalers. Far from being harmful or addictive, they are a safe and immediate relief for those suffering from respiratory issues. Don't shy away from using inhalers due to social anxiety or misconceptions. They can be your first resort, not your last. Now, it's time to put this knowledge into action. We must not only understand these precautions but also implement them. Take action today to protect your lungs. Every step you take towards reducing pollution and maintaining your lung health counts. Remember, your health is in your hands.